Breaking on 4 News Now at 6, a suspicious death in Elk and a standoff in northeast Spokane. How these two could be connected.
The extreme cold is coming to an end, but we have more wintry weather on the way. I'll help you plan your weekend around the snow in your first alert forecast.
And the house where 4 University of Idaho students were murdered is going to be demolished. How the community is responding and why the college says this is an important step in the healing process. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. We'll begin here tonight with breaking news. Police cars lining the streets as the SWAT team swarmed a house in northeast Spokane this morning in relation to a suspicious death that was reported in Elk, Washington. Dozens of law enforcement officers were on the scene with weapons drawn as police surrounded that area, stretching several blocks along North Perry Street. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. On your screen now is where that standoff took place on the corner of North Perry Street and East Garland Avenue. The suspicious death taking place here in a rural part of North Spokane County. KXLY's Jordan Smith has been following this story since it broke this morning. So Jordan, what can you tell us about the situation at this hour?
Yeah, it was a very busy scene here this morning. Spokane police, SWAT, hostage negotiators, and the bomb squad were all here, zeroed in on this house, the second one to the corner there, prompting an hours-long standoff. And this standoff started after Spokane police and the sheriff's office were all called into this area in Elk, Washington, after receiving a report of a suspicious death. Police arrived on scene around 8 a.m. and roughly 1 hour later, they moved into this location on Garland Avenue as a part of their investigation. Police cars sealed off a 3-block perimeter before launching a drone for aerial coverage. With weapons drawn, SWAT began calling out to the people inside the house before finally moving in. Though police still aren't saying much about this investigation or the body found in North Spokane County.
It's an ongoing investigation. As part of that investigation, we are here at this residence. But we don't know if it's a homicide, suicide. Every death that we respond to, we investigate. And so this is just part of the investigation.
And as the situation was unfolding, neighbors were outside with binoculars in hand, watching from their front porches, asking what was going on. Still, though, details remain murky hours after this has come to an end. And right now, we're still waiting on confirmation that an arrest has been made. Police just packed up and moved out of the area. We just saw the forensics van leave the neighborhood. Still waiting on more information, but we'll get that to you as soon as we can. Reporting in Spokane, I'm Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Jordan. Well, we had a fantastic sunset tonight. The bitter cold is feeling slightly better, but snow's on the way. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast.
Well, Kirsten, here's the very last of that beautiful sunset in progress. Have Venus out there to view, and folks pouring into the Spokane Arena for the Chiefs game probably are nowhere near as cold as they would have been 24 hours ago. It is only 20 degrees with clear skies, but winds out of the north at 5 miles per hour. Tremendous improvement over the 40 and 45 mile per hour gusts that we have been experiencing. We're not talking about wind chill tonight, but we are talking about cold temperatures. It is 19 right now in Deer Park, 17 in Airway Heights. Currently, we're also in the teens in Hayden as well as Coeur d'Alene. It's 20 degrees right now officially in Spokane. Also in the teens in Colville and Bonners Ferry. 18 right now in Sandpoint. Here's a look at the wind speeds around the region. Lots of zeros. Very, very welcome after the brutally cold wind chills of the past couple of days. We have a warming trend that's going to take us up above freezing tomorrow, but it is still going to be cold. This evening, temperatures in the teens. If you are heading out for some Friday night fun, you won't have to brace yourself against the northeasterly winds, but it is still very wintry. And we're adding a new element of the winter weather this weekend. Snow back in the forecast for Sunday. I'll let you know how much to expect in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. The Spokane Valley man accused of raping 2 young boys is now out of jail. Patrick Cabeza agreed to have no contact with children and to stay at least 1,000 feet away from the victims. He is due back in court on Tuesday. A man accused of murdering a Spokane man during the 80s has been brought back to the inland Northwest. Last fall, Spokane police announced they arrested Tracy Pruitt for the murder of Archie Rutherford. They say they used Pruitt's DNA to connect him to the crime scene. They also matched his fingerprints to prints found in a Honda stolen from Rutherford's home. Pruitt, who had been on the police department's radar initially but had left the area, was arrested in Ohio just a few months after Rutherford's murder for rape, robbery, kidnapping, and assault, and served prison time there. Pruitt was finally extradited to Spokane this week, where he faces first-degree murder and robbery charges. We are now learning the off-campus home where Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Kaylee Gonsalves were murdered will be torn down. The home on King Street, just a few blocks away from the University of Idaho, has been fenced off and guarded for months. Tonight, you can see it's boarded up, and the owner of the house says it will be donated to the U of I. The university president says demolishing the home would prevent anyone from further sensationalizing the crime scene. Our Bronte Sorotsky is in Moscow tonight with what else the university is doing to help the community heal.
The community of Moscow and this home on King Road are forever tied to the murders that took place inside. And that's why, as the community focuses on healing, the university has decided to demolish it.
Both the owner and the university agreed, and then consulted, of course, with the families and agreed that demolition of the house would indeed happen, and happen as quickly as possible.
This home that's now been seen by people across the country will soon be gone.
For myriad reasons that all move toward moving the university forward, moving our community forward, and most importantly, remembering and honoring the 4 students that died.
Which has been hard to do with people constantly taking photos and videos.
There have been a lot of Instagrammers and other social media people hanging around the scene, and that's really not helpful for us to be able to move forward.
We spoke with one student that lives next door to the home on King Road. He says he doesn't want us to use his full name, but he told us he believes demolishing the home is the right decision.
I think that it's important that the university does things like that for this town and this campus, because people definitely need to heal from it.
He says the murders that happened right next door changed how he views his town's safety.
Before it happened, I kind of threw caution in the wind all the time. We left our doors unlocked. Just never really felt like I had to watch my back in Moscow, Idaho. We installed a new security system, and I'm taking care of that every day.
The university will also be installing a healing garden and memorial for Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie, and other vandals whose lives were cut short.
We hope that this place would be that place where students feel comfortable sitting or standing, reflecting, thinking about maybe someone that they've lost, to have that place where they can go and feel that the Vandal spirit and the Vandal family love.
And this is all still in the early stages, but once it's complete, students will have a space on campus to heal and move forward from this tragedy. Reporting in Moscow, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Bronte, thank you. Highways are closing in Southern California because of snow. Coming up, our weather team is tracking these strange events. And a new key consumer spending report has some economists worried what it means for you and your wallet. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We love to save you green.
At Fred Meyer, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Hi, I'm John Butler with Century 21. Welcome to beautiful Gem Shores Estate here in Hayden Lake, the most premier waterfront property for sale in North Idaho. This 8,600 square foot masterpiece is designed with the most unique furnishings from all over the world. Every piece has a history and a story to tell. When this home sells, the furniture must go. Consign Furniture in Liberty Lake is the only company we refer our clients to. Our clients deserve the best, and Consign Furniture delivers every time.
Next week, Michael's taking you live to one of the most remote inhabited islands anywhere in the world. An island filled with mystery, beauty, and magical wonder. Easter Island Live. You're invited for the Morning Global event. Good Morning America next week.
Spokane Hope Center for children born deaf and hard of hearing. They've got the kids. They don't have the room. We're expanding their theater of operations, refreshing offices, and it's all going to happen at the end of the month. The 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
We so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. And Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer.
The crowd go crazy.
The RS family of Chevy SUVs. Definitely worth a follow. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2023 Equinox models, or get $1,000 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
Shine 104.9 is important because you never know where people are really at.
In our deepest, darkest moments that we are looking for a light, Shine is one of those ways for me.
I'm just trying to reach other addicts the same way, and one of the first things I tell them is you need to start listening to Christian music.
You made my recovery possible, and I'm sure you're helping many, many people.
I'm just grateful for Shine. It's such a blessing. There's a way to find hope, and it's just flipping your radio dial.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Fred Meyer, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Around the nation, a key consumer spending report just released shows inflation may be picking up again. CNN's Chris Wynn is tracking the trends and explains what it means for your wallet.
For Americans struggling with the rising cost of living, a hotter than expected inflation gauge will only make it worse.
I'm not making ends meet. I'm not making it. I'm spending my savings. I get paid tomorrow, and already my whole paycheck is spoken for.
The Core Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index showed prices rising 0.6% on a monthly basis and 4.7% for the 12 months ending in January. It's the first time the index has ticked up in 3 months. Stocks plunged Friday morning as the report adds pressure on the Federal Reserve to continue with its rate hiking campaign.
The Fed, look, I have all respect for Jay Powell, but the fact is we lost a little bit of control of inflation. Models didn't pick that up.
But inflation is focused on services like hotels and meals out. Meanwhile, goods prices continued falling, dropping 0.7% from the previous month, and consumer sentiment is on the rise. Also released Friday, the closely watched University of Michigan's survey of consumers shows people are feeling better about the economy. Still, many fear inflation will be higher in the near term.
I think that's the hardest thing is what were considered luxuries that weren't even really that luxurious. We just can't afford it anymore.
Well, there's a consumer alert for air fryers. 2 million Cosori air fryers are being recalled over fire and burn risks. The Consumer Product Safety Commission is telling people to immediately stop using them, receiving reports of the fryers burning, melting, smoking, and causing minor skin burns. The company says the hazard is the result of overheating electrical connectors. The air fryers were sold between 2018 through last December. For more information, head to Cosori.com. In another consumer alert, Bindle Bottle is recalling several bottles over the potential risk of lead poisoning. According to the company, an area of exposed lead in the bottom storage compartment could contaminate unpackaged food. So if you have one of these bottles, you can fill out a form on the company's website to get an at-home repair kit.
We started the day off at a record-tying 3 degrees with sub-zero wind chill. Our high today, 24. 42 is our average high, but we've got a 10-degree jump in temperatures tomorrow with some sunshine and light winds. Then the snow moves in. I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Everhart Painting.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me from so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
96.9.
When you're faced with the question,
Hey, honey, what do you want for dinner?
he should know my answer is going to be mustard seed. Original signature dishes that are made fresh daily, great happy hours, and locally owned. Life's too short for mediocre food. Mustard Seed, where Spokane eats. Dine in, take out, and delivery.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. With the capability of a 2-inch lift, the versatility of the available multi-flex tailgate, and the connection of a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Chevy Silverado, taking adventure to a whole new level.
Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $22.50 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get the Murphy's Combo Pizza for just $12.99 at papamurphys.com.
Next ET, you never know what can happen. Our exclusive with father of 12, Nick Cannon.
And I'm having a good time.
Nick's new career flex and ready to have more of them babies? Then
we've been promising a really big announcement.
Reese Witherspoon gives ET a morning show prediction.
Wouldn't that be fun?
And
you only were at rehearsals with Adam Lambert.
It's an ET exclusive.
Rock and roll. Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
It's a cold night across the inland Northwest, no doubt about that. It's 16 in Coeur d'Alene right now with clear skies. Beautiful evening in Spokane, especially if you're inside or really bundled up. It's 20 degrees. We'll be headed into the teens here in the next hour. But it is better, and it's going to be 12 for a morning low Saturday in Spokane. Partly cloudy skies, light winds. That is the really good news here. 34 for a high tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. Should be a beautiful day, and with all that sunshine, do a little melting too. Here's a look at our forecast. We have high pressure at the surface right now. That's going to keep the skies mostly clear tonight. We'll have a few clouds moving through, mostly sunny for Saturday. But by Saturday night, you could see what's moving in. Here's midnight, a cold front on the way, and that is going to bring snow across the region for Sunday. It's going to be especially deep and troublesome over the Cascade Passes. Sunday is not going to be a good travel day, actually starting Saturday night. And then it will make its way across the rest of the region during the early morning hours Saturday. Here's Saturday at 6 o'clock, just starting to see that snow crossing the Cascades, moving into the Spokane area in the early morning hours Sunday. Here's 9 a.m. Sunday with snow in progress throughout the inland Northwest. It shows that things drying out fairly quickly. I believe that's a bit optimistic, and then some hit and miss snow showers behind the front, and that will continue through Monday. Meanwhile, here are some initial estimates on snowfall totals, and I think if anything, these might be a little high. Some of our other models are showing more in the 1 to 2 inch range, 2 to 3 in Spokane, 3 to 4 in Coeur d'Alene, 4 to 6 in Sandpoint. We erred on the side of higher totals, but meteorologist Matt Gray will be here through the weekend, zeroing in on some of those numbers for you tomorrow. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the teens, single digits, low double digits in Spokane, 10 in Sandpoint. High temperatures tomorrow up above freezing in many locations, even a couple of 40s on the map. Still in the 20s up along the Canadian border, and that cold air bumped up against the Cascades will keep things cold in Winthrop as well as Omak. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Staying in the mid-30s through Sunday with that snow on the way. Lingering snow showers on Monday. Temperatures for highs above freezing but below our average high in the 40s, and overnight lows below freezing. So we are going to still run into some times where we have accumulating snow in this forecast, but it's all going to come down to the timing with these systems, which of course we will be tracking every day for you and 24 hours a day on the 4 News Now First Alert Weather app. Kirsten.
Thanks, Chris. And if the cold weather inspired you to get a plane ticket heading south, you might want to rethink that, at least for this weekend anyway. A lot of people on the West Coast who almost never see snow are dealing with it right now. New at 6, meteorologist Matt Gray is here to show us what's happening with a historic storm. Matt?
Yeah, and this is really something. So Southern California, we think of beaches, palm trees, warm weather, and for this weekend at least, snow. Up in the mountains, at least. This I-5 between LA and Bakersfield this morning, it is shut down just like many other mountain highways in the region, partially thanks to the Arctic cold that was stuck over in the northwest. A powerful storm came out of that and drove down the west coast this week. It is going to pass over Southern California on Saturday. And with this storm comes a dangerous combination of snow and high winds in those higher elevations as the storm moves over. Get this, blizzard warnings, the blue color you see there, in effect for the mountains overlooking LA. And for some of these mountain ranges, this is the first one they have on record, the National Weather Service, that is. Winter storm warnings, by the way, they go all the way down to the Mexican border. Several feet of snow expected to fall in these mountains north of LA by the time it is all over. Plus, you've got the Sierra as well, and there are already 3 major interstate closures in California right now because of the snow. A lot of people getting cut off from travel to other states. And even though there's not going to be snow down in the big cities, it is still going to be a pretty weird weekend. LA under flood warnings right now, and up in San Francisco, there are frost and freeze alerts on the coast. It's only going to be a few degrees warmer, really about 16 degrees warmer than Spokane tomorrow, Los Angeles, that is. Normally, we're talking about anywhere between 26 and even 30 degrees warmer at this time of the year. So if you're looking for a sunny place to run away from winter, we all kind of are here at this point in the year, maybe head south to Florida instead. They hit 90 degrees in Fort Myers yesterday. That's about 2 months before they usually do. Kirsten?
Matt, you know I'm already on my way there. I seriously planned a trip. We both lived in Florida, so we know. All right, around the Northwest, though, record snowfall in Portland, Oregon brought traffic to the city in a halt, including a school bus carrying 8 students. It was stuck on the side of the road, and then one mom says the unthinkable happened.
Apparently, the bus driver left them at this woman's home and was no longer there. He told me that they had went into a woman's home that was, looking after him and the 7 other kids that were on the bus.
So that mom you just heard from says the homeowner claimed she worked for the school district.
Really appreciated her, but the driver should have never left those kids in a stranger's care anyway, because, it's safety reasons. You don't know who it is.
Matheny says a second bus picked up the students and her son got home around 11:30 p.m. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Hi, I'm Chris with Clark's Tire and Automotive. Right now is the best time to get your vehicle in to get it checked over. Come on in for a free winter inspection. We're going to check your brakes, shocks, struts, tires, air filter, wiper blades, and your heating and cooling system to make sure you're winter ready. If you can't make it into one of our shops, give us a call. We now have a mobile service. We offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile parts and labor warranty. We support our local law enforcement, our schools, our nurses and doctors, and we're here to support you. Come and try us out. We are a friendly neighborhood service repair center.
This February, if you're searching for something sexy, tough, reliable, and exciting, then you need to visit Findlay Downtown Toyota and fall in love with a new RAV4 or Highlander, or maybe a Tundra or Tacoma truck, and take advantage of great financing options. Plus, if you're looking for a quality used vehicle, we've got over 3 blocks full of great options to choose from. This February, fall in love with a new vehicle for 2023 from Findlay.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting.
I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Wow, you guys really are taking the Zags Win You Win promotion seriously.
Oh, yes, ma'am. If the Gonzaga Bulldogs win the 2023 National Championship, Bill's Heating is going to be refunding up to $6,000 of people's eligible equipment purchases, including yours.
Well, I hope you win.
Yeah, we got this.
If you've been looking for a new vehicle in the current market, you may be hearing things like extra charges, added accessories, or second sticker.
Not at Coeur d'Alene Honda. We make it easy.
We'll keep you posted till your new Honda arrives, give you a fair value for your trade, and give you a lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you.
Well, that was easy. Come meet the team and purchase your next vehicle at Coeur d'Alene Honda.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
New at 6, another day of gripping cross-examination in a South Carolina courtroom. Disgraced former attorney Alex Murdaugh taking the stand for a second day in his own defense. He has denied killing his wife and son, but has admitted to other lies and crimes, hoping to sway the jury in his favor. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Prosecutors pressing Alex Murdaugh for hours in this South Carolina courtroom.
Would you agree that your stealing increased over the years as we move towards June of 2021?
Yes, sir.
The once prominent lawyer admitting to stealing money from clients at his law firm.
But I will agree with you that every single client, I looked them in the eye, and I believe that the people that I stole money from for all those years trusted me.
He says he spun a web of lies, including lying to investigators about his whereabouts the day his wife and son were killed in 2021, admitting he was at the crime scene moments before the murders, but adamantly denying that he killed his wife and son.
What was it that clicked? So you said in this interview that it clicked that I'm going to lie about the most important fact that I know?
I'm not sure exactly when in it that I decided to lie, but believe it was during this interview.
Murdaugh blaming his lies on paranoia fueled by an opioid addiction.
One of the reasons I became so addicted is, some people talk about pain pills and how they make them lethargic and, where they can't do anything. Opiates gave me energy.
Some legal experts saying he may be incriminating himself in front of the jury.
I don't think he did himself any favors this far. I think that this testimony is going to be seen by the jury as not helpful. Although he said he did not murder his wife and his son, we can see that there's a lot of this that seems contrived.
Jurors have been listening very closely to his testimony, appearing very engaged, keeping an eye not only on Murdaugh, but also his family to see their reaction to his claims on the stand. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
New at 6 o'clock, the FDA has approved an at-home test that can check for both COVID-19 and influenza. It's made by a California biotech company, and the test is 99% accurate at detecting a negative result for influenza A and 90% accurate for a positive result. It's considered 100% accurate for detecting a negative COVID-19 result and 88% accurate for a positive result. According to a new study, using marijuana every day might increase the chance of developing heart disease. The study showed a 34% higher risk of developing coronary artery disease for daily users of cannabis compared to those who never use cannabis. The disease is caused by a buildup of plaque in the arteries supplying blood to the heart. The study did not differentiate the risk for different types of cannabis, such as consuming edibles versus smoking or vaping marijuana. Experts point out that smoking any substance is bad for the heart. The FDA's Center for Tobacco Products has announced a plan to do a better job regulating those tobacco products. Smoking is still the leading cause of preventable death in the U.S., despite the fact that the number of those who smoke are near record lows. An independent panel known as the Reagan-Udall Foundation has accused the FDA of not being proactive enough. In response, the FDA says it will create a new website this spring to be more transparent about the actions it's taking against tobacco companies who have violated its rules. It's Friday, and that means it's time to go for a ride on the Air 4 drone. This week, we're giving you a bird's eye view of the frozen fields of the Palouse coming up. Plus,
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Let's take a test drive of this rugged Nissan Frontier, redesigned inside and out. There's plenty of power so you can take it anywhere, thanks to an upgraded suspension, steering system, and powertrain. The cabin has improved too with a new seat design, larger storage compartments, and a big touchscreen that's smartphone compatible. If you weren't interested in a Nissan Frontier in the past, it's time to reevaluate. Test drive one at the new Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in concert. Relive the adventure of Harry and his friends as a live symphony orchestra performs John Williams' unforgettable score with the full movie projected on the big screen. Don't miss this magical live concert event of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in concert.
Tickets on sale now. Get yours at ticketswest.com.
Vroom, vroom. Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure to leave plenty of space when I pass by. I think 200 feet is right here. Thank you. That looks safe to me. And if I can't move over, I promise I'll slow down at least 10 miles an hour below the speed limit or no more than 50 miles an hour. You promise? Promise.
We want everyone to get home at the end of the day. When you see vehicles with flashing lights or people working on the side of the road, move over or slow down.
Is this a cream cheese?
Yes.
Next live, Riley Keough. Plus, coming March 13th, it's Live's After Oscar show.
Watch Live Monday at 9, right after GMA.
This week on Svengoolie.
Turn on all lights in the house.
What are we looking for?
Gargantua.
Well, there's more than one. It's a full-blown war of the Gargantuas on the next Svengoolie.
Saturday night at 8 on MeTV 4.2. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
The Arctic blast we have all been enjoying is coming to an end just in time for the weekend, but we have even more winter weather on the way, so let's send it straight over to Chris Crocker to see when we can expect some snow.
It is on the way, but first, some good news about the wind. It has subsided. Expect light wind tonight and tomorrow. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be a sunny Saturday, a pretty day and warmer, a good 10 degrees warmer than today. Still below average, but it will definitely feel better. Then snow is on the way for Sunday. Here's a look at our temperatures right now around the region. We are already in the teens in Deer Park, in Meade, at Fairchild Air Force Base, and in Coeur d'Alene up through Spirit Lake. It is going to be a cold night, but without the wind chill values down well below 0, it might not be as bitter. Those northeast winds will not be missed. Lows tonight will be in the teens and single digits around the region. Lewiston, one of the exceptions, right around the Spokane area. Low tonight of 8 in Deer Park and 6 in Spirit Lake. We'll be in the low double digits through the I-90 corridor, 15 in Coeur d'Alene. Here's a look at your Saturday planner. Mostly sunny skies. We're warming up into the mid-30s with light winds. Should be a great day to get outside, maybe do some skiing. All of your ski reports coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. We do want to update you on a story we brought you this week. The body of one of 3 climbers killed in an avalanche near Leavenworth last weekend has been recovered. The Snohomish County Sheriff's Office helicopter rescue team was able to fly today and found that body beneath a thin layer of snow. The body was 54-year-old Song Cho. Crews were helped by GPS coordinates from a surviving climber. Cho and 2 others were killed while climbing Kolchak Peak and were hit by that avalanche. The other 2 climbers have not been located. Today marks 1 year since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The last year has brought horror and chaos, the war killing tens of thousands of Ukrainians and displacing millions. Today, Ukrainian President Zelensky says it's been a year of pain, but also one of hope, endurance, and invincibility, saying if the world keeps their word to provide help and aid, Ukraine will definitely win.
What does victory mean at this point?
It's very simple. It's restoring Ukraine's territorial integrity. I don't think there is any nation in the world that would agree to give away even a square meter of its territory.
With fears China could start providing weapons to Russia, China today called for a ceasefire, offering a 12-point proposal to end the conflict. Also today, the U.S. announced a new $2.5 billion military aid package for Ukraine, including artillery, military drones, funding for training and missiles. A year after Russia's invasion in Ukraine, more than 250,000 Ukrainians have relocated to the U.S., and thousands have moved to Spokane to escape the war. Tonight, our Peter Choi shows us the journey of one Ukrainian refugee living in Spokane and how you can help challenges the refugee community is facing.
Being thankful for peace and support is what Ukrainian refugee Arbor Pirog tells me today after leaving everything but hope behind. Tonight, he remembers months of uncertainty and wants to thank the people in Spokane for the new life he's living here now. Experiencing bomb attacks near his home in Ukraine, Arbor knew he had to leave the country quickly.
So sad. I left my relatives and neighborhood behind. I just grabbed the basic needs, clothes and documents, and got out of there not knowing what's going to happen next.
Last March, he faced unexpected family separation at the Polish border. He had to leave his 19-year-old son behind because of the lack of documentation. When you left your son behind, what went through your head?
I'm so sad that my son is still in Ukraine because there's no support for him right now. I am trying to send him money every month.
In Spokane, we've seen just over 2,000 refugees.
That many people fled to Spokane ever since the war started.
Obviously, a job, finding a place to live, transportation, all of the things that everybody is challenged with right now.
Partner with Thrive Center, they were able to place temporary homes for more than 80 families.
Hotel helped me with food, any activities. There is more possibilities to spend my time.
Now facing a bigger challenge, uncertainty over legal status in the U.S., local organizations like Ukrainian Relief Coalition and Thrive Center are looking for more support.
Continue supporting Ukrainians by going to Thrive International and checking out the hotel in that organization. There's ways you can donate supplies, you can donate basic necessities. We have Amazon packages that you can buy, bedding, food, small appliances, things like that.
And they're always looking for more volunteers. And the organization says the best way to plug in would be sign up for weekly newsletters to learn more about practical ways you can help. And you can find more information on our website, kxly.com. In studio tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Peter, thank you. And since the war began, the Justice Department says it has seized more than $500 million in assets from pro-Russian figures. The DOJ task force behind the effort is called KleptoCapture, and it's made of federal prosecutors, investigators, and analysts. Attorney General Merrick Garland says the task force is a way to support the people of Ukraine. Cancer remains the second most common cause of death in the U.S., only behind heart disease. Routine screenings are critical for helping to catch cancer before it advances, but a new study found millions of people skipped them during the second year of the pandemic. The research shows in 2021, screenings for breast cancer fell 6% when compared to 2019 before the pandemic, which means about 1 million fewer people were screened for that disease. Screenings for cervical cancer fell 15%. It
was especially concerning considering that non-Hispanic Asian persons tend to have high cancer mortality and are less likely to be screened.
The most recent research suggests no sign of a major rise in advanced cancers because of these missed screenings, but health experts caution that it may be too soon to tell. Well, for years, the Inland Northwest has transformed on screen with movies shot here like Dante's Peak in Wallace and The Postman filmed in Medellin Falls. But few have been as big as this one behind me.
I am not taking this guy home.
Well, that's Johnny Depp and Mary Stuart Masterson as Benny and June, the title characters of a sleeper hit that became a cult classic, all filmed in Spokane and released 30 years ago this April. From Peaceful Valley to Ferguson, Spokane featured prominently throughout, and now a local group wants to celebrate. They are still working on final plans, but in the meantime, they're looking for anyone who was a part of that production or who has a memento or a memory they want to share as they celebrate 30 years of this special Spokane film. They want to hear from you. There is a contact email in this story on KXLY.com and on our Facebook page. We'll keep you updated as those plans come together. Coming up on 4 News Now, we hear from the College Game Day crew about tomorrow's matchup between Gonzaga and St. Mary's.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mechanics Pride.
We so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. And Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer.
The crowd go crazy.
The RS family of Chevy SUVs. Definitely worth a follow. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2023 Equinox models, or get $1,000 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
My dad has dementia, Alzheimer's. The major issue that we face as a multi-generation family is what is the care for the caregivers, especially for the younger generation walk cares. We'll provide peace of mind that when you need some time off to take care of yourself while taking care of the family. For people of color, for minority communities, we're already shy of asking for help. When they need it, it's out there, it's available, and it's easy to go ask for help.
Chihuahua Casino is all about having fun. We have over 300 gaming machines and are always adding new ones. You could win your share of $6,000 cash. And one lucky winner will receive this 2023 Can-Am Commander. Drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, February 25th. Chihuahua Casino, we are the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking, jackpots, food, sports betting, live table games, and fun. Learn more at ChihuahuaCasino.com.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
You even remember to water the house plants. I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Can you really get trapped in a massage chair?
Her foot is trapped under a roller in a massage chair.
Next in Inside Edition, massage chairs.
It sure is relaxing, but how safe are some massage chairs?
Hold on. Where's the pain?
Millions use them safely. So how is that even possible? Then, Alec Murdoch on the stand. Will his testimony save or doom him? Next in Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
We have breaking news tonight. Within the last half hour, we have brand new information into the newsroom about the suspicious body that was found in Elk that led to a standoff in Northeast Spokane. And our Jordan Smith joins us now in studio. Jordan, you've been following this all day long. What is the update?
Yeah, Kirsten, lots of new information here at the top of this half hour with this latest update. We've learned that police arrested 2 people in connection with that suspicious death in Elk, Washington. 47-year-old Jason Jones and 28-year-old Chandler Andrews. Both have been booked into the Spokane County Jail, charged with second-degree murder. And this all started yesterday when a woman called the police about her missing boyfriend. She says that he had been missing for several days, and that body police found in Elk this morning was determined to be her boyfriend. And as we showed you at the top of the 6 o'clock, SWAT teams, the Spokane police, hostage negotiators, even the bomb squad came in to this residence here on Perry and Garland Avenue, and they went into the residence and they were able to to detain both of those suspects without incident. And this is an ongoing investigation. Police say the victim's identity and cause of death is going to be released at a later date by the medical examiner's office. And we will be continuing to track the story and fill you in with what we learn as more information is released, but that's all we know at this time. Kirsten?
A lot more information and breaking details. Thank you, Jordan. Let's send it over now to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast.
Well, if you found it a little too cold to go skiing the past couple of days, things are looking up and a lot of fun to be had at Lookout Pass this weekend. 32 at the base, that's more like it, with relatively light winds. They've had 2 inches of new snow, and tomorrow at Lookout Pass, couple of big events coming up. It is Idaho Vandal Day. Wear your Vandal pride, show your student ID for discounts. Additionally, it is the Pacific Northwest National Wife Carrying Contest, a contest that they have every year. This year, the winner gets the weight in money. So, you know, that might be the only time I don't lie about my weight or lie in the opposite direction. 49 degrees north, light winds, 27 degrees, should be fantastic. A lot of powder, which will bring us next to Mount Spokane. They say the powder has drifted fairly high in spots. Fantastic conditions for your high, intermediate to advanced skiers if you're heading off into the trees. But if you are more of an intermediate to beginner skier, when you get those drifts of deep powder and they haven't been groomed yet, they're a lot of fun, but they can also be fairly dangerous, especially if you're not skiing with a buddy. So there's some caution may be required if you're heading up to Mount Spokane. Schweitzer, 25 degrees tomorrow. It is going to be a great weekend. Pack powder, some sunshine tomorrow, fresh snow on the way for Sunday. If you can pull off a 3-day weekend, fresh tracks on Monday. The snow that we have will stay in good shape up in the mountains. Here's our temperature trend over the next 7 days. This white line is average, and by this time next week, our average high is up in the mid-40s, 45. We, however, are going to be down in the 30s. A big improvement over yesterday's high, record-breaking high of 16 degrees, but still below average. And then looking out, at the extended forecast, now we're March 4th into March 10th. That's that 7 to 14 day outlook. We are in the dark navy blue throughout the western United States as an upper level trough hangs tough over the region, indicating a very strong signal. Tremendous confidence that we are going to keep with the below average temperatures. Less of an indication of above average precipitation, but there's more snow coming, and it's coming this weekend. Our first round, here's a look. Tomorrow, sunshine and 34, 35 on Sunday with a good chance of snow. Still dialing in on the totals, moderate accumulations, certainly enough to put a damper on your Monday morning commute. As you go to bed Sunday, keep that in mind that that might be a little bit tricky. There's more snow coming off and on throughout the week with high temperatures up above freezing and the sun angle such as it is. Hopefully our streets will be in fairly decent shape as we get into the afternoons, but we may have some challenging mornings ahead, and that's pothole making weather too. Freeze and thaw right on through that 7-day forecast. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. New tonight at 6:30. This week's snowstorm caused some problems for drivers. Icy roads and gusty winds. Chris was just telling you about it. It's not going away, but it did give us an opportunity to see a distinctive region of ours in all its winter glory in tonight's Air 4 adventure, the sleeping fields of the Palouse.
The small town of Spangle prides itself as being the gateway to the Palouse. The region stretches from South Spokane County to Oregon and east into Idaho. It is home to seemingly endless rolling hills. Many times of the year, those hills appear to be just dirt. But take a look from above. The snow paints the contours of the hills, furrows, and where the farmers drove the tractors. Even with their winter coats, the fields are alive. Unseen from the road, small creeks trickle on their way. Trees that seem to be from another time stand alone in the wind. Beneath the snow, the soft white winter wheat is sleeping, waiting for the warmer spring sun to burst through and turn the brown fields into a carpet of green. Take a back road adventure through the Palouse. You may just be treated to deer, coyotes, turkeys, quail, and pheasant. They all call the Palouse home. Time your adventure just right, and you may catch a sunset that seems to stretch to eternity. Brian Neal, 4 News Now.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
When I was little, my friends and I used to build bicycles and race go-karts. When we got older, we rode motorbikes. I always knew someday my family would own a dealership that sold really cool rides that drove fast at great prices. Today, our Cal Superstores in Erie Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane are specializing in selling the very best used vehicles in the region. At Cal, we want you to like the deal and love your wheels.
Spokane Hope Center for children born deaf and hard of hearing. They've got the kids. They don't have the room. We're expanding their theater of operations, refreshing offices, and it's all going to happen at the end of the month. The 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Idol has become a global phenomenon.
I'm from Peru.
I'm from South Africa.
Georgia.
Me too.
The country.
And Sunday, an Idol icon returns.
Surprise!
American Idol, all new Sunday on ABC.
You want to know why I call South Carolina home? Come on, take a road trip with me. When you look around, you can really get a sense of why I love my home state. From the beaches all the way up to the beautiful mountains. South Carolina's got awesome scenery, cool cities, rich culture, and super friendly people. Of course, the best thing you can do is come down to South Carolina and find your own favorite places. Come see why I love this place.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. With the capability of a 2-inch lift, the versatility of the available multi-flex tailgate, and the connection of a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Chevy Silverado, taking adventure to a whole new level.
Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $22.50 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
4 News Now. Expect more on air, online, and on the app.
Well, we are less than 24 hours away from College Game Day taking over Spokane. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesota. ESPN's College Game Day will broadcast its show live at McCarthy Athletic Center tomorrow morning ahead of Gonzaga's matchup against number 15 St. Mary's. The Game Day crew is already in town. College Game Day analyst Seth Greenberg has never been to Spokane until this week. Greenberg says the fans have been loud at every College Game Day stop this season, and he challenged the Zag fans to bring the noise tomorrow morning.
They're on the clock, man. They're on the clock. I'm just telling you. I've been hearing all about the Zag fans. I've been hearing all about the kennel. I've been hearing about all the. That's great. Well, you know what? You know, like, let's see it. Bring it.
Zags fans, ball's in your court now. Now, Gonzaga Athletic Director Chris Standiford also addressed the media this afternoon. Standiford says this event is a bonus for the students who missed the 2021 season due to COVID.
I think it's an incredible testimony to the wonderful community that we have and the support of our basketball program. Our students are, you know, they do a terrific job presenting a great product on TV, but the community around us generally is, I don't know if there's a parallel to it in terms of the amount of energy that they bring and support, and to have the energy that ESPN brings to the table as well. I think it's just going to magnify, so that would be a great event.
Stanford also said he's had conversations about Gonzaga leaving the WCC to join another conference, but nothing substantial at this time. College game day starts at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning inside McCarthy Athletic Center. That will be followed by Gonzaga and St. Mary's at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Gonzaga women's hoops won a share of the WCC regular season championship with a win over San Diego on Thursday. The Bulldogs need to beat BYU if they want to become outright conference champs. Tip-off is scheduled for 1 o'clock tomorrow. Eastern Washington men's basketball became the first ever Big Sky Conference team to go 16-0 in conference play, securing the outright regular season conference championship. The victory also extended the Eagles' win streak to an NCAA best 18 straight games. Eastern will take on Idaho State on the road at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Washington State women's hoops improved its tournament position with a win over number 17 UCLA on Thursday night. The Cougars are now a projected 8 seed in ESPN's bracketology. It was also Washington State's first ever win at Pauley Pavilion. The Cougars will play USC at noon tomorrow. And Washington State men's basketball is one of the hottest teams in the Pac-12 right now. The Cougars won their 4th straight game by defeating Stanford on Thursday. It was also Washington State's 2nd road win of the season.
It's huge. It gets us back to 500 in the league. It's just for our we beat Arizona, which obviously a tremendous win, but that was really our only true road win all year. They're a good team, and that's a great win for our program.
The Cougars will look to keep it going against Cal at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And make sure to tune in to Friday Night Sports Extra tonight following Nightside. That'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
These guys will buy our house without even seeing it.
Online buyers use algorithms to treat every seller the same. We work with you personally. We Buy Ugly Houses customizes every purchase to every seller's needs. Call or click to sell quick.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a heat pump with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free heat pump from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Living in the Inland Northwest has its advantages, and one of those is working with amazing people who dedicate their time and efforts to help others. STCU's Volunteers Count is a program to say thank you for this service and inspire others to give back too. Please tell us about a volunteer at a local nonprofit that inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate them. Help us showcase those people who give of their time and truly make a difference. Volunteers Count, brought to you by 4 News Now and STCU.
I've been in the sporting goods business all my life, and what my customers tell me is they want American. They want made in the USA. They want boats powered by Mercury Outboards. They want rough, tough, and durable. They want freedom. Freedom to go where they want and to come home safe. Come meet the crew at Elephant Boys. Powered by Mercury Outboards. We have what you want.
Our priorities, they've changed.
Hey Lexus, play my music.
It's not just about getting ahead or the constant grind. It's about knowing what you want.
Watch for traffic.
And focusing on what matters. Welcome to the next level. This is the Lexus NX. With intuitive tech and our most advanced safety system ever.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
These guys will buy our house without even seeing it.
Online buyers use algorithms to treat every seller the same. We work with you personally. We Buy Ugly Houses customizes every purchase to every seller's needs. Call or click to sell quick.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
Here's a look at your weekend forecast. 2 very different halves of the weekend, although the temperatures may be the same. Sunny on Saturday, 34, 35 on Sunday, with the snow coming in, looking in the 1 to 3 inch range in Spokane. We'll be tracking that through the weekend.
Looking very February and maybe a little better than what we've had this week.
Yes.